Nigeria has joined the list of countries that have endorsed the implementation of the CO2 emissions mitigation measures and carbon offsetting and reduction scheme for international aviation, CORSIA. The International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, has targeted that the full implementation would take place in 2021. Plans on how this will play out was a thrust of discussions at a seminar on the development of states' actions plans on CO2 emissions mitigation measures and CORSIA for states accredited to ICAO, WACAF, and the Economic Community of West Africa States in Lagos.
So action plan is a very good communication that come up with the action together with what the help necessary to implement the action so that ICAO and other member states can help each other. So that's very important to come up with the action plan first, then to think about what's the capacity building or the other assistance needs to be undertaken to help implement the action. So that's the important communication tool. The action plan is a very important communication tool between ICAO and the member states.
The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority says the country is optimistic of retaining the Category 1 nation certification after a 4-day audit by the United States FAA. At a briefing session, the Director General of the NCAA said the country will fix the gaps noted by the auditors. Nigeria is expected to receive a written report in 30 days and the final audit report in 65 days.
As with any audit exercise, you cannot expect 100%. Normally, some findings will be made, some observations will be made. They were made, we have taken note of those. We expect within the next 30 days for a written report from the Federal Aviation Administration on some of the findings they made. And within the period also, we will have intensive consultations on the fixes that need to be put in place.
This time, it appears Britain's departure from the European Union could cause a 40% loss of passengers to the country's airline industry if the government fails to reach a new aviation deal with the EU before October 2018. According to a recent report commissioned by leading British airports and which has been submitted to the British government, the report is urging UK to start negotiating over a post-Brexit aviation deal with the EU as soon as possible. The consultancy is acting on behalf of major airports in the country, including Manchester Airport, Stansted Airport, Heathrow Airport, Gatwick Airport, and London City Airport. The report warned that if current uncertainties continue, the airports could see the number of their air passengers, most of whom book months in advance, plunge by about 41%. Spokespersons for Manchester Airport and Stansted Airport said a lack of renewed agreement after Brexit would be disadvantageous for UK's airline industry, which is unlike other sectors that can still operate under World Trade Organization WTO agreements after Brexit.
Certainly the airline industry is one of the most concerned because without the EU Open Skies agreement, then British Airlines will not be able to fly between European airports, and they may not all even be able to fly to European airports.
The largest low-cost European airline, Ryanair of Ireland, flying a lot between Britain and the EU, is concerned about the route after the UK's exit.
But there are clearly some questions, and the head of Ryanair, Michael O'Leary, has been very clear that a lot of flights simply wouldn't take place if there wasn't clarity on this question of UK access to the EU aviation market.
In the wake of the recent plane crash incident in the country, the Nigerian Air Force says the drive to ensure safety is now a notch higher. Air Vice Marshal Kingsley La arrives at the Nigerian Air Force Institute of Safety, Co2 Emmisions in Osun State. It's the closing ceremony of the Technical Safety Course 1. It's been 6 weeks of intensive study for aircraft technical and maintenance engineers as the NAF seeks to equip them with requisite knowledge and skills on aircraft maintenance. The commandant of the institute, Commodore Haruna Mohammed, says developing the country's competence is important.
Safety is the bedrock of efficiency, effectiveness, and capacity preservation for a reverse fighting force like the Nigerian Air Force. The service had in the past relied on foreign training of safety personnel, which did not provide enough slot to meet our requirement and was a dream on scarce resources. The establishment of the Nigerian Air Force Institute of Safety in 2010 was an enduring legacy that cannot be quantified. The present leadership of the Nigerian Air Force in its resolve to reinforce a culture of self-reliance and vigorously pursue effective manpower development has repositioned the Institute.
For the Chief of Standards and Evaluation, safety of the airspace cannot be compromised, so there is need to keep improving capacity that will translate to safer flying while asking technical engineers to display utmost level of professionalism.
When safety is a serious business, not only in the aviation industry, but in all human endeavors. The graduating students of Technical Safety Course 1/2017, therefore, should bear this in mind. After your graduation, you will be deployed into the field and will surely come in contact with the realities of safety. It is reassuring to note that the Nigerian Air Force can now conduct safety courses locally in line with the Chief of the Air Staff's vision, which is one that is focused on capacity building.
For the head department at NAFIS, 80% of aircraft accidents can be linked to human factors, and he believes that with a course like this, it certainly will be minimized.
Technicians and engineering officers we train, if they are able to practice what we have taught them in the classroom, the Air Force will operate safer and a lot safer.
For the trainees, their improved skills will definitely impact on their jobs.
Whatever we've learned here, if not put into practice, the situation will remain unchanged and accidents and incidents will continue to happen. So we'll go and apply what we've learned. We've learned a lot. We came here with a narrowed or little knowledge about safety. So the knowledge we gained here will actually put it into practice to guide against accidents and incidents in our various units.
Safety always, wherever you are, whether in the kitchen, lying down, wherever you are, safety is always there. Everybody must observe that safety.
As the officers move to their various duty posts, armed with more knowledge on airspace safety, NAF and indeed everyone can only hope that this knowledge will help greatly in reducing aircraft accidents.
And that's all on the program. Thanks for watching. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.